Tormos is very good on this map.
Yeah, I really like
But,
Gold Tormos on
yeah.
this map. But it's very hard to get there, like
Yeah.
without taking too much damage.
Exactly. Also, all the robo openings are a lot
Yeah.
stronger, right? So,
Marjorie and stuff.
and DNS vetoed the third short map, Turbo Cruise,
I'm not sure. Like, yeah.
and
that
Acropolis.
makes sense, yeah.
So we're starting on Thunderbird here.
Yeah, before
What's
Mapu
the
get
second map?
disappointed, we should probably go ahead and
All right.
introduction. Okay.
I'm sorry, Mapu. Rainer,
Hello?
let's go.
Okay.
Hello.
In the bottom right, we have the Finnish destroyer,
Oof.
The finisher?
Serral.
There you go.
Wow.
That's him. Yeah.
And in the top left-hand side, it's a Red Protoss player playing for Team Cascade from France. It is DNS.
So I've got a question for you guys. I had this talk with Rotterdam earlier today. Do you guys know what the Thunderbirds are?
No.
No.
Okay, I'm glad, because he was kind of looking at me like I was the crazy one and didn't know what the Thunderbirds were, but apparently they were like action figures from a couple years before I was born as well. I remember at some point that a friend of mine had them when I was a kid, but
So how would we know? Like we're.
I have no idea, but he made me look like I was not particularly smart. It's like, really? You don't know what the Thunderbirds are?
Oh no, you don't know what the Thunderbirds are?
Oh my God, Loco!
Oh no, he doesn't know.
Oh my
I
God.
can't believe it.
Can't believe it.
I'm sorry, guys. I hate to disappoint you.
Oh no. Okay, so what's going on? Nothing.
DNS actually probe scouted. So the only reason you would ever probe scout on this map is to be safe against a 12 pull, right?
Yeah, because I think Serral 12 pulled Drogo on this map.
That's true. He 12 pulled Drogo and WCS on this same map. But on this map, for example, you're never going to get a pylon block.
Yeah.
So what the probe scout is good for is just to be safe against a 12 pull, and you can be safe against like knowing how many links are on the map, for example. You can also force 4 links, because 2 links won't kill a pylon quick enough. Although on this map that will arrive very late. Usually you need 4 links to destroy the pylon and the probe.
3 is fine as well, right?
3 is fine, right? Yeah. So but you make 4, right?
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you send 1
So you can send
as a run by.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh,
So
is
how
it-
do
is it
you-
misplay?
How do you guys feel about like
That's it.
Stargate opener versus Dark Templar opener? We've seen a bunch of Protoss players go for Dark Templar. Into Arc
I
opener.
don't like the choice of going Stargate versus Serral.
Okay, yeah, just in general, he's too good at defending.
Like it's
Well-
it's gonna become a standard game most likely.
Yeah.
I would
And you don't like people playing just straight up against Serral in general? It's just
like
hard to
I
play.
would rather see a Robo opening. Like yeah, I think it would make more sense than a Phoenix.
Although I think robo openings are quite weak on this map, don't you think?
Probably, yeah.
So, yeah, like we saw stats beat Serral as well with Stargate openings, but the question is DNS just as good as stats?
Probably.
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out. Is it the same opening? Phoenix into
Yeah, he's actually going Phoenix first, and usually Serral opens the Lambo opening.
yeah the Overlord speed.
He does the Lambo opener?
He
Yeah.
does the Lambo.
I started doing Overlord speed before Link speed.
Oh, yeah, I saw him play that actually recently.
Yeah, a lot, like a lot.
yeah,
yeah.
it's not very good versus Target. Like especially Phoenix versus. I mean it's okay.
So yeah,
Just like super safe.
it is very safe, but you still have the same amount of drones. You basically just get Overlord speed instead of Link speed, but you get Link speed and time for everything besides 3-gate glaives, but that's not really
Yeah.
a build anymore.
So what do you do against like double depth openers? Are they just dead uncommon? Like you're not
you can make 10 links. And
you can just make the links and you're fine. Like your Zergling speed usually isn't done in time anyways for those if they go Cybercore first. No one really does 2 adapts anymore.
Yeah.
Ever since they adapt the building time nerf. Yeah, the only problematic opening is if they go glaives and 3-gate, which really is uncommon.
yeah, not
Like the build is super sucks if you just play standard. So
yeah. You would have to gamble a bit.
and yeah, DNS going for the 2018 opening, Phoenix Oracle into Archon drop.
Is he going?
Yeah, it's
Oh
going
yeah,
Archon
yeah,
drop.
yeah. Okay. I don't like this. Arrow
Oh, he's going
6 gets or no?
yeah. It's a 6 case.
Five?
Yeah, no, it's a 6.
Oh no.
He already has 2. So
This
I'm surprised his charge didn't start yet. It's gonna be too late, no?
Yeah, you should start charge before third visit.
Well, this is a little bit sloppier by DNS.
This is the Korean move out.
The Korean move out. It's quite good, honestly, to move out with 2 adepts to clear the Zerglings, because you will see good Zerg players. You see, for example, Serral right now, he has Zerglings and Overlords to spot for the War Prism. But you can clear those with the 2 adepts. However, if you go with the 2 adepts without the Oracle above the adepts,
Yeah,
the
I don't
adepts
like
can
it.
just die against the Zerglings that are
Yeah,
spotting.
I don't
So
like
you
it.
need to bring back the Oracle if you want to do this move, which he didn't do. The Oracle was standing just in front
do
of
you
where
like
the
the
creep was.
6 gate?
No, I actually am not a fan of the 6
Like
to be honest.
especially when you know Serral is going roaches every game.
Yeah.
I really don't like it.
Roach is definitely the right response. 6 gate, for example, better against Hydra openings, which fell a little bit out of fashion.
Yeah, no one does. Oh, Spire though.
It's good against 6 gate, Archon drop.
So is he gonna warp in Zealots with this?
Oh,
Usually you
he's
would,
making-
but there should already be Zealots. Usually what happens is they warp in Zealots at their 3rd base and then run to the other side with Zealots already.
Yeah, I don't
There's no
really
charge
like
or
this.
anything.
Yeah, I think he just forgot charge, to be honest.
Yeah, wouldn't like he has so much bank. It would make sense to not go.
He's
charge.
also supply lock right now.
Yeah, no, I don't like this opening from DNS.
So do you think the Muta is mostly just a response to seeing the Prism, or do you think it's just actually like him committing to say 12 Mutas?
He mentioned that he really likes Mutas now.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go Roaches, going Roach into Hydra Bane is a little bit awkward. What you can do instead is going Ravager Link Bane with a couple of Mutas as the anti-war prism, basically. And forcing a couple of cannons, and then you can go into Hive very easily.
Yeah.
You can also instead go for a Roach Muta all-in, which
Yeah, I
is very
think
weak on this map, though.
I think he's going for it though.
It looks a bit like it because he's making a lot of overlords right now at the same time, and he's
Yeah.
not droning up at all. But I think Roach Muta is really bad on this map. Even though we saw Dark doing it against Trap,
Yeah.
I think strategically on this map it's not the correct choice.
Yeah, I don't like it too much, but I think he's gonna do well. Oh, he's having a second robo. Like,
Hydra
DNS
then. He's gonna go into late game, I think. He's gonna
DNS
fight.
is not producing immortals at all. Oh, now he's starting. He has a lot of bank. He should start Storm, which is not doing it.
So
Yeah,
do you
Sarah's
think
going
he's-
8 gas. He might
Yeah.
even go Lurker actually.
Yeah.
Because he didn't start a Baneling last
But
time. So he's
do you
gonna
like-
go Lurker and Infestation Pit, I think.
I
at the same
really
time.
don't like Mutas into Lurkers,
I don't like it as well.
but I think it's okay because it's so far ahead. Nothing happened, but he's far ahead.
Yeah, it's mainly because of the DNS build order.
Yeah, really not a fan.
DNS also just now was making 6 pylons at a time.
Yeah, that's-
I just want to point that out because every time I make like 5 overlords at a time, everyone points it out. So you gotta point it out as well if you see.
Mutas do move in. I mean, they're just getting a little bit of damage done, right? And it's forcing the Prism back home.
Exactly.
It's just really
Yeah.
annoying. It's buying him a lot of time.
It's very good for Serral.
The biggest part is basically that the War Prism cannot move out anymore, right? Like, War Prisms are a big deal for Zerg because you need to use a lot of supply to deal with them, and he
Oh,
just doesn't need to do
He's
that.
going Bailings.
Yeah, he is going pain. I think his Infestation Pit is too late, no?
Probably, yeah.
I would really have liked to see an Infestation Pit already started. This is the second Evo.
You think he's going for
Can
a
we check
timing?
if he already has an Evo? Yeah, okay. So he's going for 2-1 upgrades, and he's going to get the +1 melee, and he should go for Hive as well.
I think he's going for a timing though. Why would you get
It,
range?
it does look like it, but I don't.
Yeah, I'm
on
not a
this
fan.
map, do you
I
think
was
it's just
gonna
going to
say,
run
they
up the
have to
ramp?
push up the choke point? It's-
But with 8 gases.
No, there's the Infestation Pit.
Yeah.
Okay, so he does want to go late game. That's what I thought. I think usually getting the Infestation Pit a little bit earlier is better. Because he could already have the Hive on the way, right? And then you would have the Greater Spire on the way pretty soon. Whereas now, DNS can max out before there's even
I think it's okay. Like DNS is not.
Oh, wow, that's huge. That's huge. Now the Archons cannot really maneuver around the base.
Yeah.
The SimCity is working against DNS here.
Yeah. And DNS's Storm is very late. Yeah.
Wow, I cannot believe he went back in there. With 5 minutes, that's disrespect. That's disrespect. 5 minutes against 3 Phoenix?
Oh
Are you
no,
kidding
he's
me?
going back again. Oh, he go on.
That's like 3 Mutas for 1 Phoenix. There you go. I guess he doesn't really want the Mutas for that long anymore.
I mean,
You do want them though against the Prism.
you want like 3 Mutas at least. Versus a
Yeah, this was not.
I don't like that he's losing mutas. Why is
Wanna
he going
keep
back in with the mutas? Oh no. Oh, he's going for a timing. Like
So 4th is taken.
just attack.
Does he know about this? Probably not, right?
Not yet, I think. But I guess he just wants to blow up the 4th base and then. Or trade out some stuff. Like he has to morph Bailings right now, otherwise
Yeah,
he's
he
got
has Bailings.
he has to trade before the Protoss gets max.
There is Storm done right now. One Force Field does come up, but there's
DNS
just
is
so
done.
much.
Yeah, he's not there. Yeah.
This was also a very awkward place to engage. I don't know why he went there. The Protoss.
I don't
Yes,
really-
I'm very confused
like
by
he
this
had the
army.
high ground. He has double high ground on this map. Why would you go down? Okay.
I don't understand.
Yeah, not a fan
game
of
right
the
there
opening.
by Serral.
He-
So it's just a couple of supply blocks and just
I think
couple-
the build order went very well for Serral.
Yeah.
Just going roaches, clean macro by Serral versus a guy that goes 6 gate Archon drop but doesn't even use the 6 gates, right?
Yeah,
didn't
he,
even
he
commit.
got away with 70 drones and 10 roaches against a 6 gate. That's usually not what happens.
Yeah.
Usually versus 6 gates, you need to do more roaches, but yeah, he forgot charge, I think. Like, there's no way he didn't want to do it. He had 600 gas in the bank.
Yeah.
So there's no way it was part of the plan.
Making mistakes against
Look at the
Serral.
emotes.
It's not really allowed, I guess, right? He's very good at just simply playing the straight up macro game.
Oh.
Is that the Lambo emoji?
Yeah.
Oh, that's from
the Lambo.
previous Home Story Cup.
Yeah. The Serral with a
awesome.
mustache, the Lambo God emote.
Wait, the emote is actually Lambo God?
Yeah, that's
a
what it's
photo
called.
of Serral? That's amazing.
Of course. Well,
You've
how
got a
else
little
would you
shrine in your
describe
living
him?
room, like-
Please, you don't?
No, well, I mean, I wasn't going to admit it, but
Come on, loco.
that is amazing. I see a lot more in the chat. Awesome. A lot of
Amazing.
Lambo subs
Good job,
going up.
guys.
Lambo Rambo. Those are
Yeah.
some great emotes.
Yeah.
There you go.
So what's the second map? Kingscliff, right?
Yeah. Basically, those two are the maps where the Zerg usually goes Hydra Bane into late game.
I'm very surprised that DNS picked Thunderbird, actually, versus Serral.
Thunderbird, isn't it the best Protoss map?
I think yes, maybe.
Like, I think DNS is more the kind of player that just thinks if he executes everything properly, he always has a chance. He never really... DNS is the one player that never really tries anything tricky. He
Yeah,
just goes
I
for his
like
normal...
that.
I mean, yeah, I don't like it either necessarily, but...
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's what he does.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Playing straight up against Serral is just always difficult.
I mean, like
He's also like gate scouting, right? Like, for example, that's
no.
one of the things where... Why wouldn't you just
Oh.
skip a corner here and there against Serral to
Right.
get ahead? Like, why would you just not scout? Or if you want to scout, just scout before the pylon so you can block the natural, right?
like in general, I think Gate Scout is the worst scout.
Gate scout is the worst scout. It's just the best against 12 pool.
Yeah, I guess it's just to figure out whether or not it's a pool first, right?
I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think you need to do that, to be honest.
I think you just take your chances there. That Serral isn't like Serral. Maybe 12 was in like 5% of his games. But anyways, Loco, we just did the introductions. I think it's your time.
Okay. Well, spawning here, in the bottom right-hand corner, we're looking inside of the main base of Serral. The world champion of StarCraft, I always like mentioning it.
That's him.
It sounds
That's-
badass.
Yeah, that's
His
it.
opponent, we have none other than DNS. Currently 1-0 behind. Forgetting charge, hitting a few supply blocks here and there, and it just makes it difficult to win against Serral. I mean, Serral just punishes small mistakes immediately, right?
Yeah. DNS, I'm sure, also a champ of underdogs.
There you go.
The French tournament.
Yeah, for sure.
Probably multiple times.
Yeah. Not only once.
Yeah.
What do you think of this map?
I think this is a map where I really like to go late game. I think it's the
Me
best.
too.
It's the easiest map to get into late game. However, I feel like it's very hard against.
DT drop.
No, I think it's very hard against just Protosses that have 2 War Prisms on the map.
Two? I like it's
I know.
it's also hard versus Archon drop, like the standard run.
You think so?
Yeah, because they can go between the third base and the first.
Right, but they cannot really. It's a super YOLO move.
But they do that anyway. They don't care too much.
Because, so for those of you who don't know, the Queens, if you go, like there's a lot of dead airspace behind the bases, behind the natural, behind the third base, where the War Prisms can go, right? There's a lot of dead airspace, but the Queens can hit it all the way there. Which means if you ever commit into the main base, you can, like the War Prism won't get out. It can only fly to the bottom right and then recall. So it's okay, I'm gonna do damage now. I hope the Zerg is out of position move. Right? If the Zerg is in position, either you lose the War Prism, or you do just do no damage. So
It's going Glaives, I think. Never mind. Wait, it actually could be Glaives though.
It could be.
no, it's not.
Why not?
Because there's a DT drop.
Well, rating right there for the tech structure right there that Protoss wants to go for.
I would like Glaives.
He's not adding on anything yet.
No, it's not
It's a
Glaives.
DT drop,
It's a
right?
There you
DT
go.
drop.
Come
But
on.
I would like to see some Glaives.
Some
You just want
Glaives.
to see Glaives in general? You like playing against Glaives or you don't?
No, I hate playing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But I think the only Protoss that does Glaives is Hearthstone.
and that's really good.
Yeah.
Like a really good opening.
Hearthstone got new Glaives as well today. Killed like all drones but like 20.
Amazing.
Amazing.
The layer timing is a bit Well, actually, it's okay because he's scouted.
It's because of a gate scout. So as a Zerg player, you need to adjust your timings to what the Protoss is doing, which is why. So for example, if Protoss doesn't scout, usually the timing of a DT drop can be the earliest is 420 if they do 2 gateway units. I played a bunch against Zest yesterday, and he actually goes for he can warp in 3 DTs at 410, which I didn't see before. It's because he skips the second gateway unit. He fakes it, but he doesn't get it. He only does it on Thunderbird though, because you cannot see on Thunderbird.
Right.
The high ground is so far away that you can't see that there's a second
He's going
unit.
for double
The
prism.
way he starts it up and then he cancels the unit. Is the last
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So you need to adjust as Zerg to the scout. If the Protoss goes for a gateway scout, the earliest DT warp in I believe is like around 430.
Yeah.
So
I think is like the correct counter then. If it's like a 423 Dark Templar.
it's 410 3 Dark Templar.
Oh,
410.
410, right.
You need to get spores. 420.
Right, you need to
420 you can get layer, and that's fine.
Around
But-
320, 25 layer is good.
Yeah. But so basically, if they don't scout, you need to pull a second drone earlier back into the gas so you can get your layer in time. DNS is going for the rather late DT drop, but he's getting a second DT drop. Did he actually see the war prism? I'm not sure what.
I don't think so.
If he saw, okay, no.
No.
So that's actually huge because you can sometimes surprise the Zerg with 3 or 4 DTs in a natural, especially if they go for the layer response. Because I don't think Serral went for a single spore. Am I correct in this? Yeah, he doesn't have a single spore. So
This is huge. He can kill the hatch maybe.
so if he can catch Serral by surprise, he can do a lot of damage.
Oh, you think he's gonna morph the Archons first?
Does he not have a single
No,
overseer
I think
either now?
he has one overseer, I think. Yeah. He has
He
one
does?
overseer, which is... Oh, he's
Oh,
actually
yeah.
at this natural.
Okay.
Wow, Serral is so good.
Amazing. I think he knows.
Yeah, most... Okay, he warped in Archons anyways.
What do you think of Mutas in this situation?
It's good, no? Against double Archon drop. Roach Mira?
Yeah, I guess you can force.
Yeah, I
prism
think you
from,
should
right?
go into an all-in though. Like you can punish it. I think.
Yeah, but you don't need to necessarily.
No, you don't need to, but
You can for sure.
But don't you run into like a similar scenario though, where you have to push up the ramp like we saw on?
Yeah, it's not good on King's Cup for sure. But it's already a little bit better because it's generally a better map for Mutas, and there's 2 ramps at the very least.
I guess it's also much bigger, right? So the muta's just
oh, this is huge. Oh,
7 workers going down so far.
oh yeah,
Wow.
Maybe it's gonna be even more.
this is huge. He didn't make enough roaches for the Spire, I think, because of the Spire.
Yeah, so the downside of going for a second warp prism and 4 extra DTs for icons is that you don't have a second. Like the first warpin is 4 DTs, right? With the first warp prism. In this case, the second warpin is 4 more DTs on the other side as well, which means you cannot take your third base actually as Protoss until you have the third warpin. So if you make a bunch of links as Zerg, yeah, we can see the third base isn't even done yet. You can delay the third base for quite a bit. He actually managed to take it with only 2 units, which is great. If the Zerg just makes like 12 links, you can delay it for forever. This is the weakness of the build. You can make 12 links on the other side and then make roaches of like, I don't know, 56 drones, and you're gonna be ahead.
Yeah.
But now I think the situation is all right for DNS. I think he should be ahead, but
It doesn't feel like he's ahead though.
yeah,
There's something wrong with this. Wait, actually.
he actually went for 8 gateways before.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
He's gonna go for a timing, I think.
Oh, this is huge.
Oh wow. Yeah, if you can get both of the warp prisms off you.
Probably not.
Huge.
Oh no,
Wow.
Rip Mutas.
Wow, once again.
Dude.
Standing in the mutas.
I'm not sure about this.
Do you think that's a decent trait though? Like, I mean, that was too.
It is, but it could have been better because
Right.
you can force the. You can just fight the Archons with the roaches, and as soon as he picks up into the dead airspace, that's when the Mutas attack, right?
He's actually adding on more mutas right now.
Is he going?
Nah, it's just for like having enough Mutas to actually
Do you think
do
he's
worker
going for a
damage.
timing? The DNS. I mean,
I don't think DNS is going for a timing.
he's
And
not adding gases, and he's not. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, he's now also making more probes again.
The one thing that would point towards DNS actually going for a timing is that he didn't go for a Templar.
Yeah,
archives.
that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
It's so late already.
Nah, he has to actually attack now.
But-
DTs, if you morph Archons with DTs, it's obviously a lot more expensive mineral-wise, and over time, especially, it really doesn't pay off. So
Yeah.
if you see a Protoss morphing in Archons after the initial Archons with DTs again, chances are they're going to go for another timing because they're not going to go for Storm. And Serral is just making units of 66 drones, which is perfect. Serral even on the other side of the map, I think Serral wanted to go aggressive himself. So in this kind of scenario, usually the player who is offensive is in a disadvantage because if both players want to attack, they both have a maximum amount of units. whoever has the defender advantage is.
I
Do you
don't
think-
really like this from DNS.
Do you think he should just go back then and drone up? Yeah, that's exactly what he's doing.
That is what he's doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think DNS should have started the Templar Archives as soon
Yeah.
as he saw the roaches on the map. As soon as he saw the roaches. On the map.
So many.
I think DNS is going to
soldiers.
attack. Yeah, I think DNS is going to hit a +2 timing
Like,
without Storm.
He has to, but I don't like it.
Yeah. So the thing is, Roach Ravager Bane is extremely good if there's no Storm. Extremely good because all the Banelings, they tank because the Zerg players move command them, right? So the Banelings, they tank a lot of damage. And they're still gonna do damage. So they're usually you just end up they end up being very supply efficient as well.
Right, without Storm, they're super difficult to stop.
Yeah. But as soon as you have Storm,
Yeah.
Ravager Ling Bane is very, very bad because you can have the Archons in the front, which you can't against Hydra Bane because Hydra's wreck Archons. And which means you even if you just send in the Banelings, you can never really snipe the High Templars. So it falls off quite hard.
Do you like that it's going +1 range before +1 melee? I don't really like it.
I think it's fine. I think it's a lot better against all the all-ins.
Yeah, but
Like, imagine DNS would have attacked with the Archon attack.
Yeah, but I
+1
mean-
range is a lot better than +1 melee.
I mean versus double Archon drop. I don't think they can be aggressive.
It's maybe not necessary. No, yeah, you're right. But I understand the reasoning behind it, right?
Yeah, probably just to be safer.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a huge. Oh no, this is too late. What is this?
Yeah, he's going both fourth base as well as the
I think he scouted with hallucination how big the army is, and he doesn't. Like, attacking into
nice
Ravager.
pickup right there, actually, as well.
Oh,
With that one adept. Scouting that the army is on the left-hand side. Trying to get something done.
Oh, it's
my
not a
God.
wall.
They roll in.
And at the same time, the roaches are gonna kill the fourth base as well.
oh, this is.
Yeah, they're moving into the third and the fourth right now. One Immortal just simply sleeping on the job immediately does get picked up and a lot of workers go down.
The supply is still pretty even. It's just DNS doesn't have Storm, which means he can't kill his opponent. And he just doesn't have a good economy as well.
The fourth base does live though, but I guess 26 probes is still.
Yeah,
26
I think
probes.
Sarri should have not even tried to go into the third base, just take the fourth base to
Yeah,
secure
yeah,
damage.
yeah.
I don't think he started this. Right, he has the Spire from the Mutas, never mind.
Yeah, he has the mute.
Yeah, I'm just used to Zerg starting the Spire at the same time as the Hive. If they go for Broodlords, but of course he already has the Spire.
He has 6 gases, right? Yeah, you cannot
Yes.
be on 8 gases with this.
I think he can at this point.
You can, but
Yeah.
would you?
If I'm ahead, yeah, for sure.
Like you know, there's no High Templars.
Yeah,
So
if
what
I'm
was
ahead,
like-
I would.
What was like the goal right here from DNS though? Because he looked like he wanted to move across the map and then he took a fourth and then a Templar Archives. It seems
Yeah,
like
I
it's
think
all
he's a bit
disconnected.
confused.
I think he wants to attack either way. It's just the fourth is when this game is going pretty late, so the main base starts to run dry. The fourth is just worth it. It's better than having 4 extra zealots.
Oh my god. Well, 12 minutes into the game, Storm is still not done. A couple high Templar.
Yeah,
in the
that's
back
what I'm
trying to
talking
get
about.
Something working.
Like, look at all of this entire
Everything
Protoss
dies to
army is
Banelings.
just they're just shooting the Banelings as well. The Immortal still on fire, a single shot at the roaches.
Wow.